use my phone. What?
Everyone's right there.
Hi, everyone.
We're all right there. Stacy's making some tea as we hang out with you guys on a Saturday night. I'm gonna go shut the blinds. It's a Sunday night live show with Doug and Stacy. 33 seconds in, and I don't see anybody. Oh, there's no one there. I don't know. It's like that last night. I'll get it.
You have to put it on published or public or whatever.
Yeah, I did that, but I'll try it again. We have to make sure that all of our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. Yes, dear. And here we go.
Okay, move it closer.
We're going to move. Can you feel it? Being moved closer. Stacy's making tea. And we're hanging out tonight. And we're talking about if you could change your life, what that would be like. And I put the picture of us up. That's me and Stacy at a Harley Davidson wedding. That's a picture of Doug pre-beard.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy who looks so handsome? Can you change your life instantly? You can, and we did. And you guys can do it. Man, that's us when we lived in the city. Did you see that thumbnail? I don't think I've ever showed you guys that thumbnail before. We were at my buddy Todd. He was getting married, and they had a Harley wedding. And that is the picture of us at the wedding. And that's my bike. Stacy and I rode that fat boy. That was a fat boy. It was beautiful. And we rode it coast to coast. And we rode it from California all the way down to Bike Week. So we were all over the place on that thing. We're travelers, adventure takers, and everything. Just looking at that picture, I can just bring back so many memories.
Oh, yeah. Now, you know what I think of? I always like fringe. You know, like the chaps I had, I like fringe. Jackets, I like fringe. I had to get fringe for the handlebars on that.
Yeah, we did get it.
Yeah, we did. It had fringe. Okay.
All right, you guys. I mean, I can't even believe it that we're going to hang out tonight. We're going to talk about how you guys can change your life. You don't have to go with the status quo. If you didn't like last year and if you didn't like the year before that, then change it. Some person said, Einstein, I believe, that, you know, the thing of doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results, that's called like insanity. So if you guys want to make the change, you can actually do it. You can actually make that change. I'm standing at the man in the mirror.
Oh, wait, somebody said, Todd says, what do you think about Harley Davidson going electric? They have electric bikes?
I don't, we're so out of that right now, dude. Like, I could care less.
That's kind of crazy. Well, it'd be like a moped or something.
Way off our radar. Harley Davidson and stuff's way off our radar. Way off our radar. Any of that electric stuff, though, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not, lithium between your legs. You're driving around with that stuff right up on you. I'm just not a fan of it. You can't go that far. You have to charge it up. I remember I took my bike up to Minneapolis in the winter one time. My motorcycle was a BMW K75S. It was the first year they had the monoshock. It was a brand new thing. And I took it up there, and it got so cold, the oil got so thick that the motor wouldn't turn over. And those lithium batteries, you would not be starting your stuff there. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be DOA. They don't work good in the cold. They don't store power that good. You have to heat them up. I mean, they're okay for what they are. But for us traveling folks in America, no. But they're going to do it because, they want to play nice with the powers that be, the central planners that are pushing the agenda. But could you change your life in just a blip? That's why we're talking today, because we're explaining our story. A lot of new subscribers are on our channel, and we want to explain how Stacy and I got started and our journey, 14 years of living off grid, basically like the Amish. So some of you guys are new to our channel just because of our last video talking about the cost of food.
Oh, I know you guys are going crazy. Yeah, if you just go anywhere, the cost of everything, it just keeps going up, up, up. I mean, it's sort of like you're in a Rocky Horror Picture Show or
So
something.
besides the eggs and stuff, what's the biggest thing you've noticed? Because we buy 10% about of our food at the store.
Well, it's kind of hard for me because I don't.
You haven't noticed?
I don't go because I don't. I don't buy all that
our
stuff.
staples, we're having it here.
Yeah.
But I know when eggs are getting, $12, $13 for a dozen, they said it would never happen, but we're watching it right before our eyes.
Oh, but I will say that people are going absolutely crazy. Getting chickens, wanting to buy like eggs that are fertilized.
Yes.
Like they're doing it earlier than normal.
Noah said earlier than ever before, y'all.
This was like a month or two before. Ago. So they're buying eggs like you cannot imagine. He said
eggs and chickens.
Chickens, pullets. I mean, everything. Like
they're just coming by. Normally they'd get 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. They're getting 20, 30, 40. Oh my gosh, y'all. I hope this doesn't go down too bad, but hope you're prepared, right? This is one thing about our channel. We've been kind of telling you guys for a while, 14 years, 6 or 7, we've been posting on YouTube, trying to teach you guys this alternative lifestyle. That's all we're doing. We're just trying to show you guys there's another way to live, and man, is it fun. It's rewarding. It's challenging. All of our senses are being challenged every day. We're fully engaged with life. And y'all could do it too. And we made the decision like, bam, because we were all numbed up, cityfied, not big pharma, thankfully, but we were on the grind and paying for the big house with lots of taxes and stressed out and eating junk food, processed food from the store. And we thought, well, it's at the store, it might be good for us. Man, and we stopped and changed everything in 90 days, basically, because we made the decision, bought the property, and had our log cabin built. I built it in 90 days. And here we are 14 years later. With almost 1 million students that we're trying to teach this to. That is incredible.
Yes, and when we're on with you right now, we might get to 1 million. So where are we?
Let's see where it's at. Yeah.
That's very exciting. And you know what? I talk about health all the time. So, it's so crazy too. And for a lot of you guys, if you're eating all this stuff. We did it.
1 million students, y'all.
20, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yay.
You guys are awesome. Please, man, use all of our videos. We have so many videos. There's 1,500 videos in our library. All you have to do is click the picture of us, go to the homepage, go videos. They used to have a tab where you could go oldest to newest, but we have playlists so you can find out how we did our water catchment. All this information is at your fingertips. And if you write it down and keep notes and stuff, you guys can have it if the internet goes down. Because Klaus says the next pandemic will be that of which the internet goes down. Well, these peoples will not have no internet for them, and it will be worldwide catastrophic failure. So, they're already planning it. You guys want to know all the information? Get ready.
Ordering books,
books.
Getting your seeds, getting all this stuff now. Yeah, start getting, on a lot of the videos, and I have a lot of friends that do this too. I was talking to one today, actually. Hi, Mallory, if you're watching.
Hi, Mallory.
But make sure you have a notebook. So when you do watch people's videos, you can start taking notes so that you have it in written form, because who knows if the internet will be around, or what if you want to go to research something. Like I'm doing this book on like home remedies and things like that. And these are all things that I have done for myself, my family, the Amish people around here. These are things that I do. So I keep notebooks. I got little notebooks everywhere. So I've just been going through my notebooks because I know what works, what doesn't work. And just keep things and have it in the written word. That is always good. So start your libraries if you haven't, start taking notes, having little journals, and you can be writing in those things. You have in the morning, you can do a little gratitude journal, write what you're grateful for, and then also take notes, always challenge your mind.
Be engaged.
Yeah.
And write it down. Y'all all should have journals right by your side all day. So when you have ideas pop into your head or anything else, write it down.
Do you guys remember when you were a kid in school, you'd write so much, you get that little callus thing on your finger? Did you ever get that? Well, he didn't really.
Look, I got one right there. Look at that thing. Man, I've been writing so much.
So, yeah.
If you guys want to ask questions about our journey of living off grid for 14 years in this log cabin, right? I lived amongst the Amish, right? Fully engaged, 7 years, 7 years, riding buggies, the whole everything, right? Cooking with them, eating with them, putting up ice with them, butchering cows with them, everything with them. If you guys got any questions about that, you can ask that. If you got any questions for Stacy about your health and nutrition, that's what she does. That's her wheelhouse. And all we are is a couple of folks who have enough courage, I suppose, to share our lives on the internet. And I'm going to have a story how all that came about pretty soon. We just want to help teach you guys that you can do it. Like we're in our, we started in our 40s and 50s, and we're going to end in our hundreds. And you can actually do this. You can leave that city life, that job that you hate. I was talking to Stacy about maybe saying something about being voluntary for this video title. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to address it, right? Because I want to do it with class and with, everything. But everything for the last 3 years has been totally voluntary. Okay? Thanks, Gary. Gary just sent me a text. There's no getting around it, right? Like, you can't use a job for an excuse why you had to get the jab. You can't use anything for an excuse. Everything was voluntary. The scriptures tell you, right? Like, you have to make a choice between this and that, right? And so I'm going to try to really do this video, but y'all, they're going for round 2. It's coming. And you have to know, how are you going to volunteer again? That's where we're at. Like, right now, you have to figure out that you've been bamboozled and your friends, and you have to try to talk to them. And now we have to say, we're not doing it no more. Like, we're not being fooled and bamboozled no more. Right? So just get ready. And this is why we're trying to empower you guys. And there's something happening. The ground is shaking. Y'all are finding our channel while I'm telling everybody all loud and stuff when I'm not supposed to be. They're telling me to shh.
So it's just the little things, just to start empowering yourself to being able to take care of yourself and not have to worry about somebody to take care of you. Unless, you have your family can take care of you.
Yeah.
But, other people.
Granny 74 said some of her potatoes turned green. Can she use them for seed potatoes?
Well, if they're going to start, sprouting a little, if you're going to, you'd be okay to do that.
For seed potatoes?
I think so. Yeah.
They might not sprout because they've already been greened up. So you just kind of keep an eye on them. Definitely don't eat them.
Yeah, don't eat those.
Ivermectin. Stock up while you can. You guys know there's a big antibiotic shortage. They're trying to cut back all the antibiotics. And so at your farm and home stores now, you cannot even get antibiotics. You have to go to...
What did I say, by March 24th?
You have to go to the doctor for
it. The vet. They're not even going to let you be able to get antibiotics anymore. Let's see.
Hi, Diana. Thanks for hanging out with us and being a moderator. Everybody say hi to Diana. Thank her for being a moderator. There's a lot going on in this section here for moderating. And let's see how we're doing on the thumbs up so I don't have to give you guys a lashing. There's 1,500 people in here and there's only 800 thumbs up. Y'all, I can't tell you every time. You have to hit the thumbs up. I know I'm obnoxious. You got to hit...
What?
I'm obnoxious. You got to hit the thumbs up so the analytics sends the live video out to all of our subscribers, not just a few, and we can all celebrate 1 million students and learn all this stuff together. So please, I'm looking. Hit that thumbs up. That was pretty good. There you go. Now we're talking. Thank you. It's all for free. This is your participation. This makes Doug happy.
Okay.
You guys are awesome. I see it going up now. Now we're talking. All right.
I'm slow.
Would you care to recap? I know it goes so fast. You guys, all caps. We got to see it in all caps. Would you guys care to recap on Feed the Chickens Cheaper, please? I missed that live, but heard Doug mention another. So you got to get to your food scraps. Use a lot more of your food scraps. And we open range our chickens. We don't lock them up. We don't keep them in little bitty areas. We let them go everywhere they want to go, right?
Yeah, and then with the chickens, so the other thing, I always make a little extra food. If you have pasta or rice or something, I always have a little extra. But the big tip that I was saying is you can ferment your feed. So you can almost cut it in half, like what you feed on a daily or every other day basis. I usually have like 3 5-gallon buckets. And then I'll put a little feed in there, and then you put water, a few inches over the top, stir it up really good, put a lid over it, and then you're going to let it set for 3 days. Okay, so that's why you have to have a few different ones, and you're going to continually keep doing it so that you always have feed to give your chickens. It's going to fill them up. It's fermented. They were not going to eat as much. So that's a great way to cut your bill in half.
Now they want to know if we go to the doctor for annual checkups. No. So if I was a doctor, I would want you to come in for annual checkups, wouldn't I? You know, if I was at Valvoline, I'd want you to change your oil at every 2,000 miles, right? I mean, I don't know. I've never, ever, my whole life since I can remember, been that type of person, you know, to go to doctors for checkups. I bust my head open on the pavement, passed out. I was talking to a neighbor and when we lived in the city, and I was chatting him up, and we were standing outside. I just got back from Florida. So y'all, if you didn't know, when you fly on airplanes, you actually get dehydrated.
So dehydrated. You need to concentrate
super dehydrated
in the air, and when you come down, you get just like going on the altitude, like you're going to Denver or somewhere.
You would never think it. Plus, we were drinking in Florida. You know, I was a little bit younger. You know, I was with Kenny, remember? And so when we got back, I got off the plane, I drove out to the house, and I wanted to stop by a neighbor's house because I owned a lawn care landscape business, and he was one of my customers around the corner. He was an old guy, a veteran, a nice guy, and I wanted to go give him some attention because he wanted to talk to me, but I said I was out of town. So I wanted to hit him up right quick before I went home. So I was standing in his front yard on his driveway talking to him, right? Blah, 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 blah. That was it.
Straight back.
I literally passed out talking to him and went straight back and fell onto this driveway and smashed my head. I got the back of my head.
And he didn't have any hair. He used to shave his head.
Yeah, my hair was always tight.
And he had no hair. And so I remember.
So hold on. Now I just wake up, right? I wake up. And then the other neighbor had came over to try to talk to us, right? And then I passed out right after he got there. So nobody tried to catch me or nothing. This old guy, he could barely use his arms and stuff. So I get up, and I kind of remember going into his house, and I got a rag, and he's like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm all right. Give me a rag." And I looked at the rag, was all bloody, and I looked at the back. I could kind of see it, and I knew it was kind of messed up, but I was like, "I think I'm all right, you know." So I got down, I got in my truck, I drove, it was right there around the corner. I went to the house, and I come in the house, and I'm like, "Oh man,
No.
You got to tell it."
He doesn't know because he had a brain injury. So I came home for a weird week. I just came home. I wasn't supposed
to be home.
But there was a reason I was supposed to be home. And so I pulled up in my Jeep, and lo and behold, I look at him, and he says, I fell back and hit my head, and he had it back there. He says, "It'll be okay." I said, "Let me look at it." It looked like literally I don't know.
You could see inside my head.
It literally... you could. It was like split.
Yeah.
Like his skull had cracked in all these places, and I was like, "Oh." So I said, I think this needs to go. We got to go to the emergency on this one. So yeah, he did on that one. But
and we go to the doctors, and my youngest son Grant, he's still hanging out, so he's seeing all this stuff. And we go into the hospital and everything, and the doctor's hanging out with us, and he comes in, and the guy starts getting ready. Now listen, this is important. The doctor comes in right after we're waiting everything. They get us right in. I'm laying down on the thing, and he comes in and he says, "Okay, I'm going to staple your head. I'm going to staple this shut." And I was like, "Yeah, but if you staple it, my scar is going to be worse than if you stitch it." And because I kind of was talking with him and had a little bit of rapport while we were in there, he said, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stitch it for you, and it'll come out a lot cleaner." And it took them more time to actually stitch it up, right? But now you can't even tell it.
You can't even see it.
But when they staple it, they grab it all together and they pop those staples in there, so you always have this little ridge, right? So build a little bit of rapport with somebody if you're conscious and everything, and try to always ask them, because I was like, "But that's going to leave more of a scar." And he goes, "Yeah, you get less scar with the stitches, but it takes a little longer." And I'm like, "Come on, doc." So boom, I got him to do the stitches. I don't even remember. It was some crazy amount, 100 and something. I don't even remember. Some inside, some outside. So if you're ever wondering what's wrong with me, see?
Okay, there you go.
But lessons learned. The plane dehydrates you. Make sure you're always hydrating when you're flying, right? Don't think that you're not being dehydrated. It's exponential. And speak to your caregiver, and try to find other ways you can get something done, because it could be a better way that maybe, if you just ask, you could get that. Man, this is a good one already. You could change your life overnight, and we did.
And another good thing for a lot of you guys, when you do go to the doctor, half the time you forget questions you want to ask, or even if you're trying to get more holistic and natural, get your book and get questions and ask them, because it's crazy.
A lot of them, they won't know. Just be honest with you.
And it's kind of funny. I know the answer to a lot of these questions. I go with my aunt to the doctor sometimes.
We've had veterinarians come here, and me and Stacy laid some stuff on them, and it rocked their world. They were like, and they went back and did some work on it, and then when they saw us again, they were like, man, thanks for that tip. So y'all, just be careful. Just remember, they're practicing medicine, right? And they have been bought and paid for. Scientists agree with 90% of the people that fund them. Okay? So just remember that about the doctors.
Okay, let's see. Alana's going to trade her organic veggies for the neighbor's eggs.
Can you grow?
Ooh, ouch.
Can you use organic potatoes from the grocery store to plant?
Yeah. Oh, yes. For sure.
Those are the best ones. And the reasons why
unless you grow them.
Right.
Or got them.
The reason why you like the organic is because they won't spray them with the spud prohibitors. That's what they do with the potatoes, is they spray a chemical on there so they don't sprout the spuds, because when you guys are at the store and you see spuds, the slips, and you see them starting to raise up out of there, you won't buy them. So they spray them with that chemical. So that's why you like the organic, and then you can grow some. That's how we start our purple sweet potatoes. The Malachi was from the store-bought one.
That was originally many, many, many years ago, but I just keep doing them year after year. So I just have them downstairs that I keep using. And the same thing, if some of you guys are like, what am I going to do? I want to plant garlic. Usually plant garlic in the fall. But garlic, you get some organic garlic at the store. You can plant all that. Let's see.
Do we do microgreens? We love.
And if you guys check out Barefoot Microgreens on Instagram.
Yeah, Barefoot Instagram.
Say hi to Mallory. And say that Doug and Stacy sent you. She started a business doing microgreens.
Why?
Well, she changed her whole life, her whole family's life.
She can change her life too.
She changed everything, and she's eating healthier.
Yes.
She's doing everything.
She's been following us for 4 or 5 years, maybe 6.
I don't know. It's been a little bit.
Learning all the stuff, implementing it. Now she started a microgreen business, right? Slow baby steps. She's going to build that up. They're doing it, y'all.
Yeah, microgreens. I really love. See, this is my big thing. What if you cannot grow? What if you're in a wheelchair? What if you don't have land? What if you live in an apartment? What if? Not everyone has a few acres like we do. What if you don't have a farm and you want to eat healthy and you want to do things and you want to raise your own food and you don't have a lot of space, but you have a window? You can grow microgreens and you can grow sprouts, because you're going to get so much more nutritional value out of that smaller plant than you are going to get out of the bigger plant. So microgreens, you're just going to basically need like a little tray, with a little tray underneath that can collect the water. And a lot of people, if you want to get into it, you definitely need to have some overhead, lamps so that, it can get, sunlight, but you're going to do it with the lamps, and that's it. And then you can put them in these trays. You're going to put your seeds on there, and then they're going to grow. And then all you do is when they get to a certain size, you're just going to cut them and give them a little haircut. So it's very simple and easy to do. What I do, my little trick, because as a lot of you guys know, my cabin is very small. I have very small counter space. What I do is, when you go to the store, I have family and friends, those little rotisserie chicken cartons that you get, that have the plastic lid and the bottom like that. So what I do is I take the plastic lid, I put it underneath there. And if the part that the chicken's in doesn't have holes in it, I'll put some holes in there. Then I put just a little small layer of dirt on it, put my seeds, like I'll do sunflower seeds or something like that. And then you can stack them pretty high. And then at the very top, you're going to put like a brick or something heavy. And then they don't need any sunlight for a while. They'll push them up. I was trying to think, I did one of those video. Did I do a video on? I did it on sunflower seeds. Do you remember the name of it? I did a video on that, how to do that, I think, but I can't remember. But microgreens are wonderful. Sprouting is wonderful. All you need is a jar and some water. Very, very easy. And you guys can do it, and you're going to get a lot of nutrition from it because you can do it in the middle of winter when you don't have a garden. Seeds, all you need is some seeds. It's so simple. And it only takes, for sprouting, it only will take like 4 days, and then you'll have something to eat. And then the microgreens, it can take anywhere, from a week to 2 weeks or so.
If you want to get a sun oven, I'll put the link in the thing right here. Use this link. This is the link. And it works. I just checked it. So here it is right here. That's the sun oven link right there.
Oh, definitely, guys. You know what? We're talking about everything. Who
the
knows
double
what's
stacker
go?
pots are in. You guys are, if you ever watch the sun oven video and you always wanted to get those double decker enamel pots, they have them in stock right now, and they set aside 1,000 of them just for OffGrid with Doug and Stacy subscribers. I swear this is.
Do I have all of them in
And
here?
I never told you guys, but because we haven't really done any sun oven stuff because it's been cloudy out, right? But just so you know now, because someone asked in the comment section, so if you ever wanted to get those double decker pots for your sun oven, they rock. They're enamel, and they have them in stock right now at the link that I provided, or you could go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and hit the shop tab.
Yeah,
but they won't last there that long, y'all.
So
as soon as I tell people,
here they are, and then there's another one that goes underneath it.
Yeah, so you can put all your chicken in here and all your fruits and veggies and stuff, or your veggies down here, and your.
Let me talk.
All right.
Who does the
I'm
cooking?
the one who made the chicken dinner and made the video about it.
Okay, so with these pans are really nice. They fit in the sun oven wonderfully. So my other ones are outside because I cook outside, but there's two of them. So let's say you could put your veggies in the bottom and then you put your meat on the top, or you could put like a cobbler and then a roast, whatever you want to do. And I stick it out, and you could leave it out all day if you wanted and just cook like a crock pot, or if you need to cook it right in direct sun, whatever you're going to cook, it'll cook in, regular time like you'd have it in your oven. But these pans are great because they're just a really nice size.
So get them while they're hot, because those are really hard to get. And he was really proud that he got them for me, because I've been bugging him about them for like 2 years. And he got a big shipment in because they had all that supply chain lies going on, and they finally showed up and everything. So if you ever wanted to get some, and I have a discount there too. So go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com, shop tab, and everything we think is cool is there, and everything has a discount, and it's all for you right there. Just use the links.
And okay, what if something happens with electric and you don't have a way to cook? And you have a sun.
Sun oven's where it's at. And if you have a prepper mentality, right? There's no smoke, no smell. Okay? That's pretty good. And it's actually like a little suitcase. It's actually pretty mobile.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You can stick it in your car.
You can dehydrate with it.
Yep.
Right?
Distill water with it.
Distill water with it. It comes with a wallapini.
Wapini.
Wapini.
Yeah.
What is it?
Wapini. I think
it's a wallapini.
I don't know.
No, that's the garden thing. What's the garden?
I think it's a wallapini.
Put in the ground.
I've never heard of a wallapini.
I don't know.
Write it in the comments if you know what we're talking about.
Renee, it's better late than never. So we're glad that you made it up. 2,400 people supposedly here, only 1,700 thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up so everyone gets a notification that we're live, so we can all celebrate the 1 million students. I can't even believe it. That's just so hard to believe. All right. So, like I said, big things are going on too. Don't forget, we're giving away a Ford F-150. It's 9 days away, y'all. Man, I'm still working out the logistics and everything else. I've been gathering names from you guys, leaving comments, and there's a couple of YouTube channels, and I'm getting my little list together of all the names, and we're going to grab one out of there. Oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy. How do you keep food cool before the solar stuff was installed? We have a propane outdoor refrigerator for summer use, and in the wintertime, we just piggybacked off the temperatures outside. So if it was cold enough, we'd put them outside. If it was freezing, we'd put it outside. We actually, we live in a log cabin. I can actually put food back here by my back door.
Yeah, that's where
because it leaks a little bit of cold air.
Yeah.
And it's like a refrigerator we've had for years.
That's how I've done it. And then on Instagram, I guess a couple of years ago, I did a thing where we had snow. I just go put things out there in the snow. I use the weather. Or if it's too cold, you kind of put it in an area like a outer room. It works out fine.
What's the first thing to do to be healthy? What would be your suggestion? The first thing someone could do to get healthy?
All right, number one, I don't want anyone to ever say that they want to lose weight.
That's
all
right.
of you guys that say that I'm overweight and I want to lose weight, you don't want to lose weight. You want to get healthy. Because if you get healthy, a byproduct of getting healthy is to lose weight. So the big thing, something that's very simple for someone, is definitely to stop drinking, sodas and
Monsters,
a lot of tea, any of that kind of stuff. Your water is very important. So just by increasing your water and then putting minerals in it, like some Redmond salt, putting, a pinch of it in your salt or in your water every day. Make sure you're drinking purified water. It's very helpful. Adding maybe a little shot of raw apple cider vinegar in there could be very helpful too. If like that would be one simple and easy thing to really start with. And then just getting out in the sunshine every morning before 9 o'clock so your eyes can see the sun. Getting a little more movement. And it doesn't mean you have to go do 100 push-ups and run 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? It just be a little bit more mindful of, what you're doing. Just getting out, doing these things, and being a little bit more active than you were. And then, of course, my big thing, you know what, guys? Sugar is terrible.
It's killing you.
They put sugar in everything
because they know it's killing you.
And it affects, how many people, I mean, it's so high, have diabetes or are pre-diabetic. It takes 10, 15, 20 years to become diabetic. So you earn that. So if you start changing and make these little lifestyle changes, you can do it. You can do it. Just know, like, fat is not going to raise your insulin. So when you're eating a meal, make sure you're having some avocado, or you're using grass-fed butter, or, you're putting something that has fat in it, because that'll fill you up and it's not going to raise your insulin levels, and just make sure you're not eating all this high carbohydrate stuff. If you look at lower carbohydrate diets, they're very, very helpful. They'll give you more energy. When you have a high carbohydrate diet, it gives you brain fog. It also, when you have a lot of the carbohydrates and a lot of sugar, it's going to pull a lot of the minerals from your body. People that eat a lot of sugars and things, and not to mention things that have dyes and colors in them. I was just reading, there's that red dye 3, they can't do those in other countries. They cause, tension problems with children, hyperactivity, as well as it's in all the foods that we have here where they can't be in other countries. They decided they outlawed I'm just trying to think, what was the red dye? They outlawed
number 9 or something.
No, it's red 3. We can still have it in foods, but they outlawed it, and you can't have it in makeups now. So not in makeups, but we can ingest it and put it in our bodies too that way. But you can get it the same way on your skin. So a lot of makeups have the dyes in them. So just be more aware of reading your labels and making sure that, if it has a few ingredients, it doesn't have all these words you can't understand, all these preservatives. If it has like olive oil and potatoes, or, you know what I mean? And it has stuff like that, that's great. Try to stay away from partially hydrogenated oils. Those horrible seed oils are just terrible. Your canola oil, all those oils are what's causing a lot of hardening of the arteries and heart problems and things like that. Try to work into some good saturated fats, like a nice coconut oil or ghee or grass-fed butter or tallow or duck fat, something like that. Some lard, if you're getting it, it's not highly processed lard, something that you got from a farmer or that you did yourself. Those are good ways to kind of start, and eating real food. That's so important. Real food that you cooked yourself, that you did not get from a box. Okay. People are like, well, I can't afford it. Well, you know what? If you have like a box of macaroni and cheese or a big bag of noodles, a big bag of noodles is going to go a long way. And then you can go ahead and put some cheese on it. Or if you have some, cream or milk, and just kind of do things like that. You can do that. Get a big bag of rice as opposed to like a box of mineral rice
chips
that has all the excitotoxins like MSG and things like that. So just make your little steps and you'll get there, eating real food. What's real potatoes, good sweet potatoes, or real vegetables, and then just do it. And day by day, it'll get better and better. Getting outside, getting the sunlight, because that's going to help your circadian rhythms. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. Sleep is so underrated.
Sleep and water.
Yeah, those are, and people just think, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, that's not true because you'll die early. Maybe you get Alzheimer's. I mean, your brain really needs that time to recharge. And when you're sleeping and getting good sleep, it's also going to kind of give your brain a bath and kind of get rid of the toxins and all that kind of stuff. And it just reboots it all. You need tons of energy for your brain to work. So make sure you're putting good fuel in your body. So those are a couple of things.
I'm a Libra. We don't use Telegram. We will not ask you for any money. Stop falling for the scams in the comments section. Sharpen up your pencils because the ride's going to get a lot bumpier. And if you guys can't even manage not getting scammed in the comments section, life's going to come at you pretty fast, right? We're not going to ask you for money. We don't do anything outside of what we say we're going to do. Like, if you get notified that you won, we're going to be talking to you on the phone and high-fiving and crying and whatever we do. So stop falling for all that junk in there. The Flow Hive is not Doug or Dr. Leo approved. We do not approve of the Flow Hive. See, I'm knocking down questions left and right. All right. Doug, you look like my brother Jim. Hello, Jim. And where's Charlene? Where's this Charlene at?
Where's Charlene?
Charlene, where are you? She wants a Charlene. I don't know if I can find it now, but I'm trying, as you can see. Pretty good, huh? It's starting in Pakistan. They can't hardly get any wheat flour. Yeah, I mean, that actually started like a year and a half ago. They're squeezing you guys out. Yeah, I married up. You ain't lying. Let's see. Well, I can't find it. I tried to make a mental note of it. Man, these comments.
Write it again.
These comment sections are flying. Somebody wanted me to say shout out to somebody, yada yada, my brother, bloody dotty. But you got to put that stuff in all caps. What about chicken prices on renting?
Oh yeah, someone was. People are renting chickens.
Renting chickens. Wow.
Oh no, wasn't there somebody who
that lady years ago was that the Mother Earth News?
Yes. That was a long. It was a company. Yeah. They did seem like they were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could rent chickens to see if you wanted to do it. Wasn't that what it was?
Do you have any recommendations on getting healthy after having gallbladder removed? When I was big mistake.
I will give you one. Okay, all you guys listening right now.
They just want to take everything out. Listen. Go ahead.
I would give everybody a recommendation, but remember, I'm not a doctor, so do your research. If they took your gallbladder out, it's sort of like, kind of like the detergent that's going to clean the stuff, the oil and stuff off your dishes. So
it's your done.
You don't have it anymore. So it'd be very important to find some good digestive enzymes to take every time you eat.
Yeah.
Because it may be okay and you're not having a lot of the problems. The reason you had your gallbladder removed because you weren't eating the best foods probably. So
or because
start eating
lazy.
Or start taking digestive enzymes before you eat, and see if that can help you. So that would be one recommendation I would definitely start doing. But do your research.
They said the stackable pots are already out of stock. I just checked. You have to use our link. It's either only during our link. If you just go to Sun Ovens and check it in, you won't get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I told you guys. They set them aside for you all special. There's the Doug and Stacy accessory package. OffGrid with Doug and Stacy accessories package. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. All right, here. Oh, I got the wrong phone. I was going to say I could ask them. It's stackable pots. Right at the top, there's a blue banner. And then you hit the blue banner. It's our picture. It says stackable pots, blue banner across the top. Hit that. And here it is. They're on sale, actually. $5 off. Stackable pots with glass lid.
I don't even have the glass lid.
That's right. So there you go.
So, the glass lid is good because you can see.
Yeah. See it bubbling and troubling.
And then you can see what's going on.
So all you got to do is use my link or go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Then you hit the Sun Oven picture where it says Sun Ovens. And then, here, I got to show you. Let me just spoon feed you here, y'all. Can I do it?
I don't know.
You got me drawer up here. That's what's up here. Stacy put me in the drawer. Sorry. All right, hang on. I'm going to show you. This is live. This is live, y'all. We do it all for you. You can see right there, there's a blue banner, stackable And then it takes you right there. All right, I'll never lead you astray now. I wouldn't tell you they were there if they weren't. One thing you guys got to know about Doug and Stacy, we are totally straight shooters, man. You know, like we can make a mistake, but we're not going to give you guys information that's bogus. We're not going to tell you Tractor Supply's doing drag stream court story time when they're not, right? We're just not going to do it. We're not going to tell you that they're spraying the skies with chemicals when they're not. I got the video proof coming. We're not going to tell you that, you know, you're going to live without nothing and be happy. No, we can't tell you that, right? Because that's voluntary, right? Those people are crazy.
So Francine says she made sauerkraut and cookies and ABC slaw.
Go, Francine, go.
Ooh, thank you, Francine.
Go, Francine,
I
go.
haven't made my ABC slaw in a few weeks. I think I might have to do it.
1,275,000 students in the house. All right. We can't thank you guys enough for supporting our channel and what we're doing here just by showing up and watching our videos. Don't forget, in 8-9 days, we're giving away a Ford F-150, 150,000 mile pickup. It's really a good running truck. It looks real good right now. I'm getting new tires on it next week for you. Putting a bed liner. It's going to be nicer than when we had it. And then I'm sending that off to a subscriber, and I'm working out the logistics now, but it's all going down just shortly because we just want to say thank you just for hanging out with us, right? So when you guys show up here, we're not just some entertainment channel on YouTube. We're actually trying to help save your life and help you be more sustainable, more self-sufficient, grow food, see that it's possible. You know, if you see a couple of old goats like us doing it, you could probably do it.
Old goats?
Goats. You know, we're the goats. Don't you know what goats mean?
Yes, I know.
Yes, the greatest of all time. Off-grid and homesteading.
So Common Sense University doesn't give degree, says he's like, or he or she, they're trying to sell almost all their stuff and get out of the city and move out in the country. So everyone give him a big thumbs up, or she a big thumbs up.
Now, you guys, if you go to OffGrid with Doug and Stacy right now while we're on here and you're looking in the background, hanging out, listening, and then you go to our events tab, we're going to start adding places there coming up. It's going to be fast. We're going to be putting places in where we're going to be popping up. Our first place is in April. It's at Eustace Conway's place. We're going to be at the Turtle Island Preserve. With Eustace Conway, y'all.
It's April 22nd.
Eustace Conway from Mountain Man reached out to old Mountain Doug, and he wanted us to come hug necks and teach these kids and raise some money for summer camp. And you guys can come be a part of that. And it is really going to be a hoedown. We're going to have a good time. So that's the first place you can see us. We're going to be at the Oklahoma Homesteading Conference, the Okie Homesteading Conference in Oklahoma. So
June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
First, 2nd, and 3rd. Yeah. We're going to do a workshop and speak there both days. They have about 4,000 people there. So when we're coming out, we're going to have about 6,000 people there. It'll be the largest homesteading event in North America, right? You guys can come to Oklahoma and hang out with us. Keeping It Dutch, Arms Family Homestead, I think Cog Hill Homestead. A lot of great homestead families are going to be there. We're going to have a great time there. Then we have our event in August. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be dropping some mystery tickets on you guys. If you want to come see Stacy and myself in Hannibal, Missouri in August. And like I said, we are going to be doing pop-ups all over the place. You watch. And we're going to be giving away stuff every month that might just, it's just going to be life-changing around here. And you guys stay tuned.
Darcy wants to know, is Sukana better than white sugar? Yes, very much so. Very, 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 very much so. Sukana stands for sugarcane natural, and it is the least processed. It's basically evaporated cane sugar, and it has all the mineral stuff still left in it. It kind of has a little bit more molassesy taste. Wonderful in your teas and things.
Common Sense University says, I'm a woman.
Okay, I didn't know. I said
how would we know? How
I said if you're a man or a woman, she's just answering.
But how would we know? I mean, come on.
Well, she told us.
Oh, she did.
So you're doing a good job.
In all caps. Are we using pronouns now? What's... I'm just teasing. All right. You are helping. How about coming to New Zealand? Hey, don't think we won't. But before we come to New Zealand, we're going to Australia. And I know we got some friends over, Stephen over there in the UK. We'd love to go see Stephen and hang out around his area. You guys don't think this COVID stuff's over. They're going to come out with some restrictions here in a minute. Don't think that it's over, y'all. That's why I'm telling you guys, this is voluntary. Do not volunteer second round.
So Trey wants to know how Abigail's doing. That's our new little lamb, and she is great as ever. She is loud. She's got loud lungs. Wah, wah. She's doing good, and she's getting really big. And you guys know, did we talk about this before? She had, if you didn't know, it was a mom, and actually her mom was a bottle-fed lamb that I had, a ewe. Her name was Elsa, and Elsa, if you guys have been following, you'll remember Elsa. And so Elsa had twins, the one that had the black face, and then this one. So she didn't want the other one. So
she cleaned off the girl, the ewe, and then they got separated a little bit. You guys got to kind of watch out for that. If they get separated a little bit and they don't get back in an amount of time, she'll lose interest, and then you get stuck with this secondhand job, right?
So then she doesn't want the baby, so the baby comes by, wants to nurse, she headbutts it.
Right. They get really aggressive too, man. It was breaking Grant's heart. Like, I was like,
that was our son.
Make him try. And then he was like, you just beat him up. I was like, oh, time to go to the bottle.
Well, and the thing is he held the mama so it could get the colostrum the first day, and then after that, it's been bottle fed. So she's doing good. Abigail's getting really big and real hungry. She's getting ready to move up to
we come to Ohio. We come to Layman's. We're always at Kidron, Ohio at Layman's. Look for us there. Plus, we'll be doing a couple pop-ups in Ohio for sure. We're really serious about this pop-up stuff, y'all. We're trying to figure out the logistics now. We're getting our house sitters lined up, and we are totally going to be doing it. We got this RV so we can hit the road and come and see y'all and hug necks and stuff. Plus, we're going to do some $50 fairs. I have this on my mind, on my heart. $50 fairs where you guys are going to come. We're going to hang out and have, like, vending people and all of us homestead type people, so you can ask questions and learn real quick little boom booms. It's going to be real nice. Abigail is so cute. You'll be the Roy. No, we would never be there at that place. No.
Okay, so we have. Oh, you can still register for the truck.
Yeah, you can register until the end of the month. I mean, you got to go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. How to figure out how much to plant per person in the family. Well, if you're not doing it now, start making a mental note of it. Like, how many plates of beans are you going to eat? How many plates of peas are you going to eat? How much mashed potatoes are you going through? How much full chickens are you getting, right? And start logging that stuff and making a little diary of it. Because we went into a cold turkey.
Everyone eats different amounts. Like, when you read on the back of the package and it says 4 servings. I mean, I'm
like getting those cookies. I'm like, 4 servings? No. 1 cookie. I'm like, I'm going to eat this whole thing.
But I mean, when it comes to like servings, like he'll eat a lot more for his main meal than like what it is. So you got to kind of look at that too. So I'm really bad about that. I just kind of figure out what we eat, and that's kind of how I do it.
I mean, if somebody wants us to sign the dashboard, we will, but nobody wants to do that.
Shannon wants to know, should she get Indian runner ducks for their eggs instead of chickens? No.
No, because, duck eggs are a lot different than chicken eggs, okay? They're very rich. So let's say you're like 3 eggs or something. Well, you might like only 1 duck egg because it could roll your tummy, give you the runs. They're very rich, but they're great for baking.
But have you ever had a duck egg? Because some people don't even like duck eggs. They're very, very rich. Like if you like the yolk, they're going to be very rich yolk. The other thing, ducks are very, 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 very messy, even though they're wonderful. And I love Indian runner ducks. They're wonderful and they look great in your farm and all that. But chickens are so much easier. You don't have to clean the water all the time. They won't make a big mess. If I had a pick, I would be high up with the chickens. Ducks are later on down the line after you're established and they're doing other stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yes, Sonia says the chat's moving so fast you can't read it because her brain's slow because she had a stroke. For sure, I know what you mean.
Doug Stacy, if I got the truck, I'd love you to sign the truck.
Can the pots be used on, what's that, 8N, a regular oven? Oh, yeah. I use them all the time.
They're just an enamel pots.
They're great.
You're going to save money if you grow your own fodder for chicken feed instead of buying it. Y'all, do everything you can. Feed them scraps. Let them open range. Do everything you can to lessen your dependence on the feed stores. That's what we're trying to say. Like, The only time we're feeding is in the winter time, and we're still open range, and they're going everywhere. Like today, it was kind of warm out, not too bad. They're getting bugs, scratching the dirt. I mean, it's out there for them.
Yeah. And the other thing, some things that you can do if you have a yard or wherever, you guys are familiar with Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes, they call them sometimes. It's kind of like a little, kind of similar to like turmeric or something. It doesn't taste like turmeric though, but they're really, really good. They produce in the summer a really cute, like yellow flower, and they're wonderful. Like you could go to a lot of grocery stores carry them. You can get them and just plant them in the ground, and then you'll have these beautiful flowers. They just keep multiplying, and then you can dig them up, and that's kind of considered like a starch. So I'm just trying to give you ideas, maybe, if you want to start planting so you have some of these things that you have, they'll just start growing and growing and growing, and you can have this big patch. You just dig them up, leave a few in, and they'll just keep reproducing every year, and then you'll have these little sunchokes that you can use to make mashed potatoes, or you can eat them in a stir fry or slice them up in a salad, and they're really good.
Yeah, Deborah, I'm sorry about that, Deborah Durden. The first giveaway was that we're not on the picture. You know what I mean? And so I don't know what's going on, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So don't go to Homesteaders of America if you guys are going to see us, because we're not going to be there, but we're going to be at a lot of other places, and we're going to make it easy for you guys to hang out with us. Okay. What you don't feed your chickens regarding kitchen scraps.
What was it?
Like, what don't you feed them? Like onions, like what don't you feed your chickens? They're
pretty much
resilient.
They'll eat like your meat. I mean, they eat everything. Yeah, like I don't give them onions. I'll go ahead and my skins, like I did a video on drinking onion skin tea. It's very high in quercetin. Quercetin is a wonderful antioxidant. It's really helpful for you. And believe it or not, if you save your skins from your onions, you can put them in a tea. Very, very helpful to help prevent with viruses and all that kind of stuff, to help with that. And save your skins and just make a tea, and it doesn't taste like onions. It's just very mild. So you can put any other kind of tea with it and kind of enhance the flavor. And that way you're getting wonderful vitamins. I really like making teas to get a lot of these, kind of like is like a little superfood. All these herbs that I grow and things are so helpful and wonderful for you just to add by adding them into a drink.
Now, turkeys aren't really going to be good for eggs, right? But they're excellent for meat and entertainment because they're a hoot to watch. But they're, Stacy and I have found that over our years of doing this, we started off at first, like a lot of people, doing 50, 60, 80 meat chickens all at once. And then we started backing down to 5 and 10. And then we went to food on demand, where if we wanted chicken, we just grabbed it up out of the place and took it, because we didn't have refrigerator and freezer. So we were living pioneer life in the 21st century. And then we got the turkeys, and you just get more meat. You get a little more, there's more leftovers. You get more for less effort. And we don't replace the chickens with the turkeys, but we have a lot of turkeys out there.
And I like to wait turkey. Why do you have to wait for Thanksgiving to have turkey?
Yeah,
turkeys are great. And then
bone broth, everything about it's a bonus plus.
Yeah, turkeys, I love
They're very resilient.
Yeah, I love them. They're just so much fun. I really am going to get more this year.
She likes them.
I'm going to hatch more out. But
she likes them. She likes them.
But talking about like the fryers, they eat so much, and they're so disgusting sometimes. That's why we really do like the Freedom Rangers from Freedom Ranger hatcheries. Yeah. And I think, is it Pennsylvania? Are they in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
So
Nick, you are family, Nick.
But the thing is like, look at some of these heritage breed chickens that are big, that have a little meat. They're going to produce wonderful, nice size eggs, and they're very hardy, and they can make it through, diverse types of weather. Like one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite heritage breed chickens are the Barred Rocks, the Plymouth Barred Rocks. I was talking to Noah, I was giving him a ride, our Amish friend, and I was telling him, I said, I was going, what's your favorite chicken? And we were talking about the chicken. I'm like, I think mine is the Barred Rock, because if I had to only have a chicken, it's going to give me some pretty good meat. It's a very hardy bird. It can make it through cold winters, hot summers. It's a very nice bird. It has a great temperament, and the roosters are the best by far. They have the most docile temperament. They're very sweet. They take care of the girls. and because I've been through quite a few, and I really like them. So that was my pick. And then I asked him, and he said he might have to pick that, because I thought he'd pick one of the other ones, like a Rhode Island Red or like a Highline Brown or something, because he has a lot of those. But he did. He has a whole cage full of, or not a cage, a whole chicken coop full of Red Rocks.
Hey, y'all, did you guys know that there's a big meeting going on right now of people? Did you guys know that John Kerry guy from Congress? Remember that guy, the big old long face? That guy stood up there in front of these people and he said, almost quoting here, isn't it cool that this group of very intelligent people can actually save the planet? He says it's almost extraterrestrial, like that we're so smart that we'll be able to do it, and all of those other people are just so stupid. I mean, you guys should just hear the stuff out of there. Anyways, they're at a place called Davos, and I hear all this stuff about people. They fly, those people, those elitists, they fly in their fancy planes to Davos, right? And they land there and they have their stupid meeting about climate change and all this in their stupid planes, and they all fly their private jets into Davos. Here's a hot news flash, and you might be hearing this first right here. Davos doesn't even have an airport. They don't even fly into Davos. They actually fly in an hour away, right, at another airport, and then they all leave their private jets there, and they get on their private helicopters, and the jet helicopters bring them over into this Davos place. Now listen to this. The reason why Klaus picked that Davos place is because it was from a book that he read about this mountain that they would go to, that this person would go to detox from city life. And in this book, I'm going to get the book name for you guys to reference, okay? So you can know the whack jobs we're dealing with, all right? And in this book, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that is not good that happens on this mountain, AKA island, right? So I just want you guys, I'm going to start talking about this stuff because you guys really need to know this stuff. And some people have no idea about this stuff. Most of you all sitting here who are kind of in the know probably had no idea that they don't even fly into Davos. The clown show flies in an hour away, and then they take private jet helicopters into Davos. It's just stuff like that, man. Y'all, we're being played for the biggest suckers, and we're volunteering for it, and we need to put our foot down. All right. We didn't vote for these clowns. You ain't kidding. That's another thing, right? But they're so with the money, and they've got all these corrupt people, because for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Okay. And you guys, you think these people, not you guys, but people think that these folks that are, Buttigieg's and all these people are in these positions because they're for you. They're not. They are on the other team. And you can actually trace Buttigieg's lineage through school, and you can also almost see where him and a few of these other cats were picked up and then groomed. Ha! There's trails, yo. Stacy.
Wait,
do you wear homemade makeup?
Ayers Pottery.
Ayers Pottery.
From Hannibal, Missouri. And my makeup is from a few places. Toups, Toups, Toups & Co. Well People is another one.
Yeah, we ship all of our stuff to Canada, our books, our tea, everything. 100%
pure.
Global.
These are all good, like, organic makeup people.
What this is right here is a knife from MTK Knives, mtknives.net. It's my last line of defense, right? And plus it's my handy dandy, okay? So basically, if you get past my 45 and you're all up in my grill, this is the last thing I got. And plus on the farm, you guys need this on the farm because you're always cutting hay twines, needing something, knife this, knife that. It's just, and I found that carrying it here is far more efficient than having it on my clipper on my pocket liner or in my pocket. And you know how you do it? This has been far more advantageous and on the ready for me, and I love it.
And James wants to know, did we name our little ram that has the black face? Leave some ideas. I like the name Thor.
She likes Thor.
I like Thor because
I like Gorbachev was cracking me up, and Trudeau was cracking me up real good because he had blackface. All right, yeah. All right,
Brian wants to know if our stove was the Pioneer Princess was the first one we had. No, we had a Baker's Choice first.
Same company. That's the small one, and then we got the bigger one after we were here for a while. And Stacy, It heated our space fine. So you could get the Baker's Choice,
If you have
about
a very
1,500 bucks.
Well, it might be more now.
It's about 1,500 bucks, and it works fine for like 800 square feet, close to 1,000 maybe if you keep it going. But it has a small oven. That's why Stacy didn't like it.
No, that wasn't the main reason. You want to know the main reason? Because it had that.
Oh, that's her cosmetic reason.
No, but it's not good.
Her cosmetic reason is that it had a flat or finish. It wasn't a shiny finish like this has an enamel finish.
And it washes clean so easy. What I'd have to do is there's this black toxic stuff that you have to wipe over it, I guess, so it gets the blackness back on it. And it was a pain. And you know what? I talked to one of the Amish girls. I was giving her a ride, and they have a little stove like we have next door, because right now they're in like a little bitty house until they can buy their big property. And so they're putting it in, and she's like, what do? I can't clean the front of my stove because it's made out of that brush, whatever.
Yeah, it's like a flat.
Yeah.
It's not glossy.
And I said, I know because I went through this already. She says, I just don't like it because all the stoves that they've grown up with have the kind of shiny finish that you can just wipe off, and it's so easy. So I told her where to get the stuff, because you can get it from the Amish store. I forgot what is the stuff that you use? It's a red and a black. It's white bottle with red and black on it, but you just
ever since you got your new stove, you haven't had to use it, honey. So you forgot all about it.
No, and that and you have to clean the stove. You cook on the whole thing. So every morning, for you guys that have a stove, it's really important before you turn it up that I get my little what do you call it? Sandpaper thing, and I clean the top of the stove really good. I wipe it off. And then I look at everything and I clean it and wipe it down. There's a little maintenance too if you want to keep your wood stove nice. And I do all that. Then I'll turn it up and kind of go from there. And then that way your stove looks nice. Because it can get looking kind of icky if you don't take care of it.
I don't know. I haven't talked to layman's yet for 100% answer on that question. But just guys, if you guys keep watching our webpage, don't worry about YouTube subscribing you and unsubscribing you. Yeah, that happens. So if you guys are wanting to win the truck and you're not checking to see if you're actually subscribed to our channel, YouTube might have unsubscribed you. That would be earth-shattering if you get voided out of the contest because you aren't subscribed. But we'll be putting everything up there on the events tab. Plus, we have a page where all of our videos are. You can watch them in order as we put them up. So you can watch them there too and just keep in touch with us there. We have a mailing list there. We write blogs there. And then, it's just kind of a cool spot. We put that up ourselves, offgridwithdougandstacy.com.
Carson Homestead says that someone says the winner's already picked. Is it true? No.
A, he's either listening to somebody who's getting scammed in the comments, or B, somebody's being facetious saying like we're not straight shooters. So those are the only two answers I got for you, and neither one of them are correct. And actually, I could pick whoever I want to. Actually, right? Actually.
Oh, an Angry Patriot says we want to shout out to Betty. Hi, Betty.
Hi, Betty. Don't be so angry. Doug, is there a link to get the knife? mtknives.net.
Oh, MT Knives.
mtknives.net. There you go. It's all the best I can do for you right there. I just left a comment for you. Do you take oregano oil for natural antibiotic?
I have it, and if I needed to use it, I would use it.
And a lot of y'all are over medicated with these antibiotics. That's why they go stronger and stronger and all this stuff. You're supposed to be having antibiotics for like serious, like stuff. Like not every time you get a little whiffle in your nose or everything. These doctors are over prescribing y'all. I cannot believe the commercials on regular TV are off the chain with pills. And then they list the side effects. And I have to think to myself, all those side effects possibly being on you, like list bad stuff. And people want to get that stuff. And they scared everybody into this jab, this fear, y'all. The Christians got this fear on them. I'm going to start calling it out. This fear running amok with people being scared of the big brother and the jab and the mask and all this stuff, forcing you in or tricking you into complying, right? Going along to get along. The studies don't lie. Now they're saying like the anti-vaxxers are like winning, right? Like people that got the vax are dying in high numbers, and the people that said no thank you are not. I mean, these are facts now, and it can't be, there's no conspiracy theory anymore, right? The rain came and the land flooded. When do you start the sweet potato slips? It's going to be in a couple weeks, probably like February.
Yeah, it'll take, like six weeks or so, just make sure you have enough time before. And like a lot of mine, let's say they keep growing and growing. And like last year, it took a long time for me to get my potatoes in because the ground was so cold and we had a very cold, long spring. So some of them got really long. Usually I say when they're about 6 weeks, they're good to, or 6 inches long that you can put them in the ground. But if they get long and wide, they'll still work. If you're a little shorter, they'll still work in there. So you can just let them, they'll just keep growing. Make sure you change the water out. Look at time, your soil temperature needs to be warm, like 70 degrees. So, and just look and see where you are. Because now, a lot of these zones, or your places where you are, the zones,
changing.
The temperatures are just kind of different. So.
And you can start off with one breed of chicken. You don't have to have different breeds of chicken. You might want to have the pure breed chicken. So if you have 3 breeds of chicken, that'd be fine. But whatever you want to do is just always make sure you're not overcrowding your space. Okay, if you guys want to keep sheep, for instance, you want 2 sheep per acre, right? So if you only have an acre to work with and you have your house there and this and that, getting 2 sheep, it might be a stretch unless you can feed hay all the time. But if you feed hay all the time, the area that they are kept on is just going to go to trash. They're going to eat it all down. They're going to stomp it all in. You're going to actually ruin that piece of land, right? If you guys are keeping your chickens in a run, you're actually destroying that land, right? The best thing you can do is what they call a deep mulch method, where you're putting down straw and, letting them do their business, more straw, more compost, more straw, and building that up. That's the best thing you guys could do. And then you're making a compost and you're help save the land a little bit.
Now, Emily Baroda, she says they sell directly to the customers from their farm. They're producing 100% of their meat and working hard to do 100% of their veggies. That's awesome. Even guys go around, find some farmers. If you go to farmers markets, find out where they are. A lot of them have the community supported agriculture, like the CSAs, where you can join and then you get so much every week. If you're not unable to grow, support this. We talk about this all the time. We want to think local.
They crashed the sun up inside. Did you guys really? Local.
Yeah, make sure that you guys are continuing to shop local, find local farmers to support, because this is where we need to be. We need to bring everything into our communities, because that's
the only way you guys are going to beat this globalizing crap right now is everyone. We need to build community and relationships, right? Stop getting all hot and bothered just because somebody doesn't agree with you or you don't see something just the way they see it, because that's what they want, is to keep us divided. We have got to build our communities strong right now. We have to come to these conferences and hug necks and share stories, build communities, share phone numbers, get to people that are like-minded like yourself, because this is how we're going to beat this stuff. We got to count on each other for food, count on each other for support, build this community local, and kick these globalists to the curb. Come on.
Yes, definitely.
You guys have no idea what you're up against. And they have to keep using drama, right? This constant crisis mode to keep moving this needle fast, right? This is the only way they can move the needle fast, is to keep you in a constant crisis mode. Started off with the 19, two weeks to stop the spread, turned into 2 years, get the jab. Now it's jab 5 times, get mental health and blood clots. And then it's climate change. Now they're going to move over to this whole thing. And I'm just telling you guys, stop falling for it. Because these are tools. These are tools. All right. I don't know. It looks like it's working okay to me. I want to go check it out. Because you guys are funny. All right. New subscriber here. Thanks you, Catala, K-T-T-E-L-A. New subscriber. Congratulations on 1 million. God bless you. Some peeps count sheep and sleep great. Some peeps count money and hardly sleep. Okay. if they leave the climate alone, it would be fine. Right. Like if you trace all the problems that they're talking about, you trace it right back to them. And you guys got to understand China is the model, okay? In China right now, you don't even need a card. You don't even need a phone. When you walk in and you want to buy something, they do facial recognition. Stop volunteering for this stuff at the airport. When you go to the airport now, they want you to do the eye retinal scanner, and I cannot believe the amount of people that go into the eye retinal scanner just so they can save 5 minutes in the line. I can't believe the amount of people that walk through the machine and raise their hands up and let this x-ray machine go all around them and don't worry, it's just like a phone x-ray or whatever. Yeah. You can opt out. Just say we opt out. We do it every single time. They're like, oh shit, here comes them, they're opt-outs. We do it every time. And they just touch you and up and down, make sure, all they're doing basically is rubbing on your clothes to make sure you don't have any gunpowder residue on your areas. And then they run that through a sniffer machine, and that's it.
So you don't have to go through the x-ray machine when you lift up
no
and it
x-ray
shoots that
machine.
x-ray on you. No, that you just go right through.
Just say no.
Just
Stop
say,
volunteering for
when
it.
you go to the airport, just say, I opt out. They know what you're talking about, and then they'll take you over like you're a criminal, and they'll search you.
And we do it every single time.
And don't think...
In the busiest of airports of Miami, Georgia, Missouri, everywhere we go, we opt out.
We've done it for years.
Opt out.
So you can do it. So a lot of times people don't know, and they're like, you can do that? Definitely. So if you travel a lot, you don't want all those x-ray machines on you. So do that. Opt out. Oh, and then someone was asking about laundry detergent or soap. I buy in bulk. Like I have my Dr. Bronner's here. This I love. It's called Salsuds. This is great for the laundry. It's great to do the dishes. It gets the grease out. This is wonderful. It has a wonderful cedary smell. You can use it on your plants, like if you need a little bit, and you can spray it like on your apple trees if you need it if there's infestations for anything. But I like things that have multiple uses. And this is wonderful. So you just need a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. So I do use this, and I use vinegar like for a rinse, but that works really well. And just like in my book that I'm doing, my home remedy book, I just have different topics on things that have multiple uses. So this is for someone, you don't have to go out and you don't have to go get a bunch of things. It's stuff that everyone's going to have in their house just to have. So, from onions and garlic and vinegar and cayenne pepper. I mean, all these things that can do so much for yourself.
How do you store your eggs? So if you guys get eggs on the farm and you do not wash your eggs,
don't wash them.
They will last a long time.
Yeah.
Unless you have extreme temperatures, either really super cold, they freeze, or really super hot, they can get nasty. But
they get bad quicker.
Yeah.
So the thing is with the eggs, like my eggs are just sitting in the back room. They're fine there. They'll be great. Like the ones you get at the grocery store are a few months old. They could be like 3 months old sometimes. But when you get your eggs and it's cool out, like if I got a fresh eggs and I didn't wash them and I put them in the refrigerator, they would last 4 or 5 months, probably really easy. The only problem is in the summer months when we don't have air conditioning here, it's like 100 degrees. If I let them sit out, I will definitely have to use them much quicker. They will go bad just probably in less than a month. They'll get icky. But you know how you can check your eggs if they're bad? You just get a bowl of water, put your eggs in there. If they are flat on the bottom, laying flat at the bottom of the pan, they're good. If they stay in the bottom and they kind of poke up a little bit, they're starting to they'll be a little runny. They're not going to make you sick or anything. But the ones that float are going to be rotten and yucky. You don't want to eat those. So that's how you can tell if they're bad. All right. What else do we have here?
You didn't miss the live show, Diane. I'm seeing you right there. Just live as you can get. You just missed some of the live show. Hey, y'all. I'm super random with this live show stuff. Like Stacy and I were she was like looking at the thing. Oh my gosh, we're going to hit the thing. I said, oh my gosh, it might be tonight. And I didn't know how soon it would be. So I thought, well, let's have a little live show, talk about the changing your life. You guys can change your life like overnight if you just make the decision and just be fully committed. And you can actually do this, and you can. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to have struggles, right? But it's worth it all. All right, and that's why we wanted to make a live show tonight. Talk about hitting the 1 million students. You guys are awesome. I can't even believe it. Like it's so surreal almost. An hour and 14 minutes we've been chatting with you guys, and we could probably keep going on and on and on because you have so many questions. What are you wearing around your neck? It's a knife from MTK Knives. It's a handy dandy. How do you keep roly polies out of your some? I don't know. We leave them alone. Roly polies are okay. Roly polies lives matter.
Sometimes you get a lot of them. Sometimes, yeah.
Can you opt out at the Social Security office? Ours has cops. I have no idea. We don't do the Social Security office. Stacy's still working on her book. I'm working on my book. We have 2 books coming out for you guys right before spring hits. So you guys will be all jammed up for the spring and summer with information. All right, made it to alive. Has one on, Doug, you know what I'm talking about. Hutchins Sons Mini Farm. Travis has one too, but you know.
Oh, someone wants to know if you can give chickens potato skins. If they're cooked.
Yeah.
Cook your potatoes and they can have cooked potatoes.
How do we deter predators? We have a dog outside. We shoot predators. I'm going to teach you guys about a little coyote trick. Some say is folklore. Some say works real good.
Yeah, and how many guys are having, like this year, the pressures from predators, like bigger foxes and coyotes, has been kind of crazy.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with the cold showers? Right away, because that's all we had.
No, it took a little bit, but you know what it is
you got to do it, man. You got to just do it.
Well, no, I think it's important to know, you are a strong person. So when you're in there, let's say start with a hot shower and you're standing in there and then you're going to okay, I can do it. Just get that mindset like Rocky Balboa in Rocky, you can do it. And then once it hits you, it's just like, yeah, and all of a sudden, the more you start doing it, you'll kind of get these endorphins. I mean, it's crazy, but I really like it. And it's really funny. It's like, if I take a hot shower, I mean, I just kind of feel lethargic and blah, and it's like, gosh, give me that cold water. And now I can't even take, like what I used to take a hot shower, my skin would be red because it'd be so hot. I can't even take it. Like I put my hand in there. I mean, it's just very, very lightly warm. Now,
so if you guys are buying a homestead, do you recommend raw land or property with a house and infrastructure? Or it depends. That's a personal decision. Is the house okay? Do you like it? Is it already there? Does it fit? I mean, can you afford it? I don't know what to tell you there. You know what I mean? Like, that's a tough one. I would, if you can't build stuff and you have to hire everything out, you might want to just, bite the bullet, buy the stuff ready to go, fix it up the way you like it and be done with it. But I don't know what to tell you. That's a tough question. How big is each of my paddocks?
They're all different.
Yeah, a couple acres. One's 10 acres, 8 acres. No, let's see. Let's think about it here. The big one out front is probably like 7 acres, 6 acres, and the other 2 are like 2, 3 acres apiece.
Oh, Chris and Tara says the first year with turkeys and they love it.
Night, Lady J. Opt out. Do not comply. Right. You guys are volunteering this stuff up yourselves. That's another thing we're talking about is volunteering.
Sometimes just say no, or you can look and say, is it okay? I can do this, and maybe look into it, but it's true. You can do it. You feel weird the first time. Like we told a bunch of our friends and they're like, they travel all the time and they're like, you can't do that. I said, yes, you can. And then they went and did it and they go, we did it.
If you got problems with chiggers, keep your grass short.
Yeah. They like moist, like over on the edge.
Are you receiving Social Security? No. But I ain't going to be ashamed to get some when we get old enough because we paid into it. As we work, they stole our money for it. So, can you pasture sheep in the woods? We do.
They'll clean out your woods and make
sure you got good fencing. You're adding a little predator action there. So you got to be mindful of that. Make sure it's a place to eat and get out of. You're not like counting on them to live in there all the time because that's heavy duty.
But yeah, they'll clean it all up too. It looks really pretty.
No, we didn't get a new truck yet. Those are kind of tricky to come by. But I told Stacy she can't drive your truck no more.
No, I like my car. I was like, Yeah, Molly's like, that's the only car she goes bye-bye in, and she's like looking at me like, what am I going to do?
Yeah,
like,
Molly hasn't been.
So Molly hasn't gone bye-bye. I haven't used my truck or anything.
Yeah, I'm serious when I tell you that. I locked it down. I got it detailed. It's sitting there. I'm starting it up.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's not moving. I'm going to put tires on it, and I'm going to get the truck bed liner in it. And 9 days, we're giving away a Ford F-150, 150,000 miles. It's a 4-door. It's clean truck. It's sound. And one of y'all are going to be blessed by it. The log cabins are the Missouri Log Cabin Company.com, and we're working on it. I'm going to have the mill up and running here in a minute. I'm waiting for getting my logs lined up, and then it'll be off to the races. Our first one will be being made this year, early in the spring, summer. I got a lot going on, but I'm a pretty busy fellow. That's what Grant said, my son. He said, Dad, you don't stop moving. I'm like, dude, like life is happening. We got lots going on. Like, we're doing stuff. Most people now are just like sitting around and hanging out. So when you just move a little bit, they're like, whoa.
Oh, look, Erica says that their oldest is taking my cookbook to school for show and tell.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
That's nice.
Cool.
Where's it at? Maybe we'll be show and tell. We'll show up. How do you stop gnats from the house plants?
Well, you can wipe them down a little bit. You can use this stuff.
Yeah, the salt suds.
Dilute it a little bit with just put a few drops and just wipe the leaves off. Or
you could put a thing on a table, like on your counter by your plants. You can put some ACV. What is it?
Yeah, you can do. You can get. Well, those are good for those fruit flies.
Doug knows.
I don't know the gnats may not go in them.
Oh, they do.
So you can put the apple cider vinegar and a drop of dish soap in a little bitty bowl, and just set it there too, and they might fly to it. Or just give it a little wipe down.
No, we don't let any grass grow under our feet. No kidding. Well, Stacy does a little bit. Doug.
Oh my gosh, he's crazy.
No, Stacy, we are both go from sun up to sundown. I mean, that's just how we do it. No, I mean, whatever it is, we're doing it.
And you women never get all the dishes and all the cooking and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we do. We take supplements.
In the wintertime?
Well, it depends because you cannot food. Your body doesn't produce vitamin C. If you don't get enough vitamin C, from things. You can take vitamin C maybe if you feel like you're getting sick. A big one is magnesium. I take magnesium or through the Redmond salt and the Relight. That's getting those good trace minerals like that. But like if we have no sun, like we haven't had sun forever, I mean, definitely we take vitamin D3. With magnesium, you need magnesium and D3 together so that your body can absorb them. Because without magnesium, it's going to be harder for you to absorb the vitamin D3.
Yeah, I have a plucker. If you guys want to do the plucker, a lot of people do it, but I have a plucker. It's right here.
Oh, I was like, we don't have a plucker. Yeah. It's me.
Me and Stacy, we pluck our own chickens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do everything the old-fashioned, like the way
it's pretty fast. We actually did a timer. Who had the plucker? Then we do the timer. The guy had the plucker, and we did the pull-in, and we were just as fast as the plucker. But you do get tired.
Oh, I saw someone said something about B vitamins. The other way I like to get my vitamins from food, of course. So the best way to get your B vitamins is from yeast extract. So just make sure that you are getting it and it's not fortified. You don't want to have it be fortified. Okay.
And y'all, did you see that picture of us? Click on that picture. That's us. That's our Harley Davidson that we had. We drove it coast to coast, from California to Boston and from Canada to Daytona Beach Bike Week. And actually they stole it.
In California. Yeah.
Venice Beach, California, our first night there. We pulled
Santa Monica.
It was Venice Beach.
But that was right. They're not next door.
No, we were in Venice Beach.
Okay.
At the Holiday Inn Express.
Right.
We walked to the Santa Monica Pier and got picked up by my buddy who lived in San Diego. Don't be telling me where it was. I'm telling you where it was. Venice Beach. We went into the Harley dealer in Venice Beach, and then we dumbly asked about places to stay, and they said, you should stay around the corner at that place. And then I lift my bike up. I didn't It was my fault.
And they followed us.
And they were checking us out, and they straight stole my stuff. Y'all, I cried like a baby. We had to fly home from California. Can you imagine? We had all of our leathers on, and then I had this big backpack that was on our sissy bar on our Harley, and we come into the airport looking like that. It was lucky it was before 9/11.
You would have never gotten home.
What do you do with your bad eggs? Throw them in the compost. If you got pigs, you can feed them to your pigs. You know?
Oh, and I do. I have a game I kind of play. We have over here this way, we have like a paddock. So, and then there's some woods over there. So I like to see how good I can throw sometimes. And so I'll try to like aim for the tree. So it's like a game. You have to have a little fun once in a while.
Yeah, Jacobs Cave in Morgan County, Missouri. I've seen you post it. Now I've acknowledged it. I don't know. Like, we're going to try to get a lot of places. And it's going to be I'll tell you that. There's Kay. Thanks, Kay. Kay from Late Bloomers just said congratulations on 1 million subscribers. And y'all, Kay is a single woman.
Yeah.
She got divorced and late in her life, right? Like California. Commie, California, right? Was talking to us. I said, Kay, get out of there. Kay sold her house, moved to Tennessee all by herself. She's doing her gardening by herself.
Everything.
And she tries to, she's trying to do the rainwater by herself. She's hiring people. And so if you guys want to see how that goes, Kay Cottrell, Late Bloomers. Now here's a fun fact. Kay Cottrell was actually a soap opera star from back in the day on, what was it? General Hospital she was on, and several other shows y'all probably watched back in the day. So she was like a straight stone cold liberal, and she switched. And now she's growing food and understands what's going on. And honestly, y'all, I know her personally. I talk to her a lot, and she won't mind me saying she's woke up. And now she's fully engaged. And it's so awesome to watch. Kay Cottrell, Late Bloomers on YouTube.
Go check her out.
Kay is extremely sweet. She's just a good person. You know what I mean? And that's why we like her. We've stopped by her house. We've slept in her driveway. Yeah, we met a lot of subscribers. One time we actually went to Miami and we rang a doorbell like Publishers Clearinghouse to Deb's house. And we had balloons in our hand and everything. And we did a whole tour. It's actually on YouTube. And she showed us all the gardening that she was doing in her yard. And in Florida at the time, y'all, they had outlawed gardening in your yard, in your front yard. So she was straight up put some hedges in and gardening behind the hedges and handing out tomatoes to her neighbors. She's so sweet. And she's totally did the thing right in her yard out of containers and everything else. So when y'all, don't just look at us and think you have to have 11 acres or an acre or 5 acres. Just do what you can where you are. We try to show you so many ways you can do things, and you guys can be empowered and you can do this. I can't believe there's 3,300 people still hanging out in here. You guys are awesome. And we know there's a hunger out there, and we're going to cut through all the bullshit, and we're going to try to teach you guys legit, honest stuff, like no Instagram phony. Right? Like, this is all grit and hard work, and we're showing you how it works. Okay? And no, I'm not Amish, and I'm not Jewish. I don't play one on YouTube, right? I've lived with the Amish for 14 years. For 7 of it or 6 of it, I was fully engaged. Like, I was Amish, basically. Y'all, the Amish were taking bets on me and Stacy. They didn't think we'd even make it.
A year.
They said, what are you doing? Why would you leave the city and leave air conditioning? Are y'all crazy? You're not even going to make it. You won't even make it. 14 years. Now we're their best friends. We have some of our great relationships are with them. And they weren't taking bets because they don't bet, but they were. They were saying we wasn't going to do it. And it was funny because there was actually a couple that came up to our community and they wanted to become Amish. And so they were doing the thing, living at one of the Amish houses. And that first summer came and they buckled. They went back. They said, we just can't do it. We got to have that air conditioning. And they straight left and went back to the city.
Okay, Cindy, a lot of people are talking about the makeup. So the makeup is Toups, Toups, like the little and sign, Co, like Toups and Company. And then the other one is Well People, and another makeup company is called 100% Pure. Those are 3 that are pretty good.
Yeah, if the Sunlight oven site's crashing when you try to check out, I am so sorry. Just give it a little bit of time. I'm gonna I can't even take a picture of that.
Why does he keep talking or she talking about you wearing yoga pants?
I don't know what this is.
What is that about?
They got so many trips going on with me. There's little busy Betty groups talking about me and
wearing yoga pants?
I mean, it's just so silly. I don't know. I don't know if it's because, I don't know what it is. Just whatever it is what it is. I know everybody's not going to like Doug. That's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But I won't get swiped at. If I see you swiping at me, I'm going to swipe back.
He's like a bear.
I'm just a person. If it's a good swipe, I'll let you go. But if it's some dumb swipe, I'm swiping back. I was thinking about that, man. Y'all, that's what we need, to be honest with you. We need some good salt of the earth people. Somebody that hasn't been to Harvard, all these grooming colleges, teaching them all this bull crap, right? We need good salt of the earth people to take over this government, right? To start getting voted in. And we need to start vetting our people. We're not even vetting these people. That McCarthy, the guy who just took over for the House in America here, if you're following any of this stuff, he's in charge of bringing bills to the floor and all this stuff. And he says in his tweet the other day, I'm going to probably talk about it, but he puts a tweet out saying, no more voting from home and from your couch in your mom's basement. Like from now on, we have to make our votes and we have to be here present in Washington, D.C. to make our votes. After they just passed a 4,000 plus page bill that nobody read. It's a clown show, you guys. This is not our founding fathers' government. Okay? And we got to get off the Kool-Aid and start stepping up. Good Christian men and women and just good moral, sane people need to start stepping up.
Oh, here, Becky Wilburn. She sent me a necklace.
Where is it?
Yeah. Oh, I just picked it up Saturday.
Was that her? Are you sure it was her? Did she ask you about it? Yeah. I got your picture too. Man, is that thing beautiful? You guys, we don't want to tell you where to send stuff because we don't want you sending us stuff, right? But man, y'all are awesome. This is so pretty. And she made this. Yeah, and this is from, those are Belgians. It's something that she won because we had Belgians too. Isn't it beautiful? She makes jewelry. I mean, the friends, right? The relationships we've made. The folks that are coming, we're 6 years in on our Homesteading Life Conference, and people come every year. It's like a family reunion. You know what I mean? I mean, we spend time with you guys at these events, right? Like a lot of times you'll go to these events and you won't be able to spend any time with the people you go see talk. They hide in rooms, right? Stacy and I are with the people. We are the people's people. And I'm not braggadocious, but I'm telling you the facts, man. People will verify it in these comment sections. They'll go there to see their favorite homesteaders and stuff, and they'll be like looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and they're nowhere to be found until it's time to sell books or talk on the stage. All right? And I'm telling you guys straight facts. Oh, Steve says, and it breaks my heart. That's why I'm talking about it. Listen to this. So Steve says, attention, happy Sunday, my friends. You have 1 million subscribers. There won't be any chance of me winning a truck. Wow, I really need it, but I'm talking, but I'll make it some way. You guys have a good evening. You know what? Let me tell you something. It's a positive. You need to have not the negative way. You have to. There's not 1 million people signed up for that truck. No. Y'all. There's only like 20,000 maybe people. There's lazy people. You have a better chance of probably winning this truck than you do of finding $6 or $12. Yeah, no, seriously, you have to change your mindset about anything. Not about winning the truck, just about life. Think more on the positive. Like, I can't do this. It might be, you might say, oh, it might be a little hard. I'll kind of struggle through it, but I'll make it. You know what I mean? Kind of change how you talk to yourself. Because that negative talk,
when you put your head on the pillow, it's going to still be there when you're sleeping and when you wake up. So kind of change how you say things.
Y'all, I'm going to just tell you guys, because I've been in sales my whole life, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking, Zig Ziglar, all this stuff, right? The 1 Minute Manager, the 1 Minute Salesperson. I would read these books, Tony Robbins, there's a lot to be said about your mental conditioning, right? To instead of saying, I can't, how can I? Okay. There's a lot to be said with the people that are playing against you right now. They know that the average person can only have like one emotion, right? There's either a winning positive emotion or you're going to focus on negative. And it's so easy to focus on negative. It's a lot harder to focus on positive, right? So if I put a negative headline up, oh my gosh, the world's falling, you guys all over it. But if I put on there, man, we're winning and kicking butt, not so much. And that's just how you're wired. So you guys have to rewire yourself, right, from the negative and looking for the negative all the time to start going to this positive side. Positive. That's the first step if you're going to break these chains, is you have to get off of this I can't, or I never win, or I just can't do it, or I don't have the money that you have. I mean, there's people talking about that loser stuff right now, right? Well, you're just a bigger channel and you can spend more money and you can do this. We started with nothing. We were sitting here taking baths out of 1 gallon buckets. Okay, y'all? I mean, I don't understand this stuff. Like, we made a commitment and we stuck to it. And I cannot help that social media came along and that YouTube decided to send us money for putting up our videos. I cannot help that. I never started because of it. We never did it for any reason like that. It just happened while we were already walking in faith, right? So now we've been able to implement more stuff on our homestead faster because we're working our butts off putting these videos up to try to teach you guys, not asking you for a dime, but collecting our money from the alphabet agencies. And then using that for good, training you in more, teaching you more systems, right? So you guys can do it now. You might not be able to get on the YouTubes or anything, but you can start selling your veggies. I've brought you someone who makes 6 figures selling 90-day veggies, and he don't even have property. He was renting property, riding his bike from property to property, asking those folks, can I garden in your front yard? If I garden in your front yard, I'll give you guys some veggies. And they said yes. So out of nothing, he created, now the guy's a millionaire, right? He wrote books about it. He taught people how to do it. He's on YouTube. Curtis Stone, he's my friend. We know him personally. Curtis Stone, right? You guys can do it, but you've been programmed not to. And we're going to be here to unprogram you. I love it. I do love it. It's the great awakening, and we're going to use all the tools they think they have against us. We're going to use it against them and for our good. Man, that was some good stuff. Oh,
Tamara,
good night, Sherman's Family Homestead.
Tamara wants to know, do we have electricity? No, we don't.
We have solar power now.
We just got it. How long has it been going on? A month and a half, 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months tops. All right, so you guys got all that on the way out the door. Don't forget, we're giving away a truck, a Ford F-150 4-door, 150,000 miles. Great truck. It's our truck. I'm working out the logistics. We're going to pick a winner in 9 days, and it's going to be really something. And we have more to come, right? So make sure if you're subscribed here that you're participating and watching the videos, because that's how we're going to be able to do it.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of something. Someone was asking about B vitamins, and I was saying to do yeast extract. I don't know why I said that. It's nutritional yeast.
Nutritional yeast.
So if you're still watching, don't get yeast extract. Get nutritional yeast, if that's because it's made from food.
And don't get the what?
No yeast. I don't know why I said that.
No, nutritional yeast, but there's one that
you want to get it that's not fortified.
There you go.
Because you don't want any of the synthetic stuff in it. Not fortified, nutritional yeast. Don't do yeast extract. I don't know how that came out of my mouth.
And somebody said gnats don't go for the ACV. Okay.
I didn't think so.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Put some beer over there then. They like the beer.
No, they wipe it off with the Dr. Bronner cell sets.
Holy smokes. 98 minutes? How long is that? That's
an hour and a half.
Oh, that's too long. All right, y'all, we got to wrap it up. We got stuff to do.
How long is that?
Elsa or Abigail needs some food probably coming up. It's 8 o'clock. What time do you feed her last?
I'll feed her at 9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
And then she'll go down to 3. Pretty soon she'll go down to 3.
It was awesome that we timed it. We got to ring in 1 million subscribers hanging out with you guys tonight. 1 million students, right? Don't forget to always watch OffGrid with DougandStacy.com for everything going on. You got the events tab where we're going to be, so you can come see us live and see if we're for real. You can go to our shop tab, everything we think is cool. That gives you discounts. We worked out discounts for you, right? Then we have our blog spot where we drop a couple of little, letters to you there and some pictures. And then we also have on that website our videos. Every video that we post goes live on that website, okay? You guys are awesome. I'll probably send out one of those email things to all you folks that signed up for the truck giveaway and people that stay in touch with us that way, just saying, hey, 3,160 people hanging out right now, 4,000 thumbs up. I mean, it couldn't even be more possible. It's just awesome. And I can't believe we're going to give away a truck, but it's really going to be something else.
Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh, LG Homestead wants to know, do I ever incubate my chicken eggs? Oh, every year. My neighbor that we homestead, she's like my little buddy, Jody. We incubate eggs. She just got incubator last year or 2 years ago that has 99. So she incubates a lot. We do the guineas, we do the turkeys. Whenever we get our eggs, we start collecting them all. We decide what we want. Like last year, those little mill floors, little chickens, like little banny chickens that stand up really tall and they're really cute. So I want to get some of those because I got 2 hens and so I need a rooster. So that'll be kind of fun. But we like to see what happens because we mix and match and who knows how they'll pop out. Some of them have poofs on their head. Some of them are crazy colors. So it's kind of fun. We call them our mutt chickens.
We have one YouTube play button already. At 100,000 subscribers, we have that play button. And then this is called the diamond play button that you get at 1 million subscribers. Now, what they usually do is they'll make you wait because, they want to make sure you're not gaming them. So they'll have to get to like 1 million, 3 or 4 or 500,000. So we're not there yet. And then once we get there, they'll send me a little thing and then we'll get the little button and then we'll, I guess we show it to you or something. We're pretty modest about that stuff. It's not anything that big of a deal for us, but it's a cool achievement. But our main thing is just helping you guys move the needle so you guys can break free from the system. Let's see now. On the way out, I guess we could do some country roads. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
Yay, we love John Denver.
All right, you guys. As always, we really do appreciate you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. They're unsubscribing you. And you guys stay vigilant out there, and we'll see you on the next video. Probably tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you guys what's going on with Abigail. And, man, I got some new stuff, too.
Coyotes, maybe?
Yeah, we'll talk about the coyotes. Tomorrow we'll do coyotes. Pressure on the homestead. All right. Ciao.
See ya.